Hello everyone, Mark here. Welcome to Red Duchess Farm. Today I'm going to show you how we make our tomato cages out of concrete wire, and it's the simplest, easiest way that we found to do it, and we have about 100 of these cages. We put out about 100 tomato plants a year, so we'll show you how we do it. Okay, we've got our roll of concrete wire here, and to make one of these cages we want 9 squares. So we'll take the sidearm grinder. You could use bolt cutters. You can use a big set of Kleins if you're strong enough to cut this wire with. So we'll cut off the section that we need off of this roll. Always wear safety glasses. And now we have our section that we need to make the cage out of. Now I left these ends here on here because so many people, when they make these, they pull these together and overlap, and then they take these ends and they wrap this wire to tie them together. And this wire is so stiff, I can't imagine making 100 cages and wrapping all of that wire. So what I do is cut these off. That way both sides are flush. And then I connect these with pig rings. And I say pig rings and not hog rings because pig rings are smaller. And they make a special set of pliers that are made for these pig rings that have got a set of grooves on the inside of them where you can set this pig ring in here and it will stay there in order to clamp it together. So I generally start with the second one down and I go caddy corner on the bottom of one and over the top of the other wire and just crimp them together. And then as I work my way down, I don't put them all on the same because you don't want this to be able to slide up and down. So you go caddy corner at these connections, one direction and then one the other direction, and that prevents this cage from being able to, the sections to be able to slide up and down. And I generally do every 6 inches, every place that there's a piece coming around, I put a hog ring to make sure they're good and secure. So So now we've got a hog ring at every one of these spaces all the way down, except the very top and the very bottom. Now what I do on the bottom is I cut this bottom ring off all the way around, and I'll show you that. And that leaves this with the point sticking down. So this is the bottom. So when you turn this cage up to put it around the tomato plant, then you can stick these in the ground 5 or 6 inches, and it helps to hold the cage up. So it sets in the ground like this. You still, on these cages, may need to run some kind of a rod or a stake along beside them and attach to it to keep them from blowing over once your tomatoes get up and get some size on them. The easiest way I found to do that, I have seen a lot of people run a rod woven down through the cage in and out to and then drive it in, and that's an awful lot of trouble. The easiest way to do this is to drive your rod down along beside the cage and take some zip ties and just zip tie it to the tomato cage. That way it won't blow over. Since gardening season's almost upon us, I thought this might be a handy tip if you're thinking about making tomato cages and you want these that are 5.5 feet tall, that you can grow some really big, nice tomatoes in. If you're wondering what this back end of this green trailer you can see that's setting right here is, check out our next video. If you enjoy our videos, please like and share on your social media and comment. We really like to hear from you, and we always try to answer all of our comments. Thanks for watching from Red Duchess Farm.